So we have June 17th, 2012, back to Bader Field. This one for JohnL, I guess known as the Brother Show, a Father's Day show, and which had the kids coming out, getting into the bathtub on stage. And JohnL, I hope this isn't a show that's too near, dear, and your too near and dear heart, near, dear. I hope it's not too near, dear to your heart, JohnL, because I'm about to say it sucked. No, it wasn't that bad, but I didn't love it. It did not that, and a show's not required to have like some big massive jam for me to love it. It did kind of lack like personal favorite songs, like a long list here of maybe like tier 2 songs that I like, but not that would be categorized as my favorites. And then, a near 90-minute first set. His character zero was completely unnecessary, really. I mean, and everything had been okay up until then point. Trey had jokes in the timber. I got the trivia question wrong. I got to admit, full disclosure, there were 3 songs that ended the way that Brother ends, essentially, blah, or, whatever that ending is. I did not get riffed. My friend and brother were pretty easy, but then riffed. I somehow I blew it. So we started out with Brother and the kids there on Father's Day, recognizing everybody, the children, and then a nice runaway Jim. Dogs stole things, in fact. Boogie On Reggae Woman. Now that Boogie On Reggae Woman would be up there. That's one of my favorite covers. But this one just pretty much just a normal version, nothing getting too wild here. And then this is where we were kind of like due for a big one with the Brother, Jim, Dogs, Boogie On start. Everything just kind of being okay to good range, Then we got an NICU, so it's like we're starting to push it here on just like okay and average. And then Foam, which is like, all right, we're getting there, Not that Foam's bad, or in fact, Foam Wilson back to back. And then a Timber, but then the Timber, this is where Trey brought the jokes, rather than bringing the jams, he brought the jokes. And then a decent Fluffhead, maybe better than decent Fluffhead, but not one that was maybe even felt like just a tiny beat slow or something. Not that Fluffhead's ever just some smoke show, but parts of it are. Maybe just focus on Fishman if you're going to get with this Fluffhead. And then Walls of the Cave, they could have just ended it right there at Fluffhead. Now, that would have been an incredible set ender and probably a really good set, but then it drags on a little bit. You don't need Walls of the Cave and Character Zero. I don't know. I would imagine people were having fun. I don't know if you needed to go back-to-back chomper hits, really, but that is, in fact, what they did. And then they start the set with Drowned, set 2, and another familiar cover here. So maybe that was it, just some of the Day in the Life. No, I don't know what it was. Maybe the lack of Hall of Fame songs. We did get Fluffhead, but no Tweezer, YEN. Well, we did get a Reba, and again, a good Reba, and it just picked up as it went. It started out as an okay average, and then it became a really good Reba. 2001, I felt like I heard a little Jean-Pierre, Miles Davis tease in there. I mean, maybe even like Another One Bites the Dust, possibly, for Mike. A lot going on in the 2001. Maybe the highlight of the night for just like a little 8-minute song. Roses Are Free, not a lot. Chalk Dust Torture. Now, they did try here. I felt like maybe they could have skipped out on the whole Caspian Silent in the Morning. That's what followed the Chalk Dust, which was, maybe a near highlight, but again, not a ton going on there. They did try, though. They at least attempted something on Chalk Dust. And then no Horse, but then directly from Caspian into Silent in the Morning, and then Bug. Really? We need all 3 of those in a row? I'm not sure. A Day in the Life, a welcomed cover. And then a Down with Disease, a fun way to end the set, too. And then the show finally got good with Gotta Jibboo and Quinn the Eskimo as the encore. Now, just skip the first 4 minutes of Gotta Jibboo. Just get right into the smooth jam. It's good. And then you get the Quinn the Eskimo. Again, I started to be like, this was actually a good night of covers. That was maybe the best part of the night, the covers. Roses is pretty solid cover. Day in the Life. Quinn the Eskimo. Boogie On. Actually, it's Timber's a cover, correct? Yeah, that's the one I'm talking. I was like, wait a second. It is in fact a cover, though. Feels like a Phish song, right? Feels like a John Fishman song. So, all right, boom. Shout out, I think, Down with Disease, maybe. He managed, several songs had the Brother ending. I don't know. If you want to go back and listen to some, got a Jibboo for sure. Drowned, maybe. 2001, definitely. and then I guess the brother, maybe the timber for the jokes. I don't know. Well, JohnL, this is probably a show that I'm glad I heard though, because I had never actually heard this show before. When it started out with the Father's Day and introducing the kids, I was like, oh, I have heard this show, but then I realized they've done that obviously more than once. So that was another show. All right, guys, boom, we are out of here. Metallica, they don't have any songs that end that way.